selfish, and now they're less selfish. You think that might tend to them, maybe they don't attack the basketball as much because they're trying to pass it off?
No, I think they're doing fine. I mean, we don't sustain it. Sometimes we get, we get up and then all of a sudden we revert back to all the sloppy stuff. Shot selection, hold the ball too long. I'm going to try to get mine. If I can't, then I'll pass it. Well, you can't play that way. But we don't do that, in the guts of the game. This team's been getting better. We're getting better. I mean, we are. I don't know how good we are right now. We're going on the road. Hard to win on the road. You saw everybody lost in the top 20, and they all lost, and the majority of them were on the road. Lost on the road. A couple teams lost at home. It's hard.
You mentioned a little bit today you'll have some people, and you said you weren't going to indict the people who are coming, but how many friends from Memphis do you expect will make the trip?
There'll be a few. This is a business trip for me, so I'm not having a whole lot of time. And we're going to Oxford. We're not having any stops that way. So, and I've been back to Memphis. My friends, we have stayed in touch, and I've seen them, and I've been in Memphis recruiting 3 times and made stops and did, saw the people I needed to see. And I got great friends back there, so a bunch of them will be at the game. And I did that joke. I'm not going to indict anybody or read their name and get mad at them.
John, you've reminded us in the past that the veterans that you need to step forward are guys who have never been either able to do much or weren't called upon to do much in the past. So how do they take that role even though they don't have that much of a resume?
Well, you tell me, has Darius ever played better in his life? Has DeAndre ever played better in his life? Has Josh ever played better in his life? These guys are playing about as well as they've ever played, but we want more. I want more because I think they're capable of more. So when you say they haven't ever been in this role, they haven't, but it's time for them to step up. You're better than you've ever been in your life. Now let's do this on the road, and we're relying on you. If those freshmen all play well, great. If they don't play well, we're fine. I mean, it ain't going to be a 30-point game, but at least we got a chance to win anyway because you guys are playing. That's what the message I'm trying to give them.
It sounds like Darius is capable of doing what Terrence can do, as far as Terrence has one of the dunks of the year, voting for that.
Well, I like that Darius went down the middle and tried to dunk. Hey, Coach Hall, make sure you're not doing any coaching today in there. You just sit there and...
You mean I got equipped?
Yeah. That stuff that we've been doing, you got to sit there. Don't be doing anything. Tell Kyle the same thing. Don't talk to these players.
Yeah, Tipton's here.
John, is there a point you're talking about you want these guys to get to a certain point? You want Terrence to be the most versatile guy in the country. Is there a point in the season where it's, I guess, maybe getting close to too far down the tracks for them to reach?
It's a good question. It's good. There has to be a point, and hopefully I'm getting there, where they're more empowered, and I'm less on them. I'm less begging and dragging, and there's got to be a point, and we're getting close to it. I mean, if we're in March and I'm still begging, then I'm just saying one more win. Come on, just win one more. But we're not going to be doing the things that we want to do here. But they're trying. I mean, it's just that they're so young and inexperienced that they just hit a skid. I mean, we really haven't played a 40-minute game all year. We haven't. I mean, how about this? We probably haven't. Well, that last game, I bet you we played about 32 minutes. That was the closest we've come. And but we haven't. And so at some point, if we want to be special, we want to be one of those teams. And I'm looking around, everybody's getting beat. Everybody's in a close game. There's no one. So why not us? That's what I keep saying. Why not us? I like it to be us. You guys want it to be us? I mean, who are we talking about out there? I mean, you guys. And now, if you all step it up and we do it in practice, we talked about paying a price. I gave him the sheet, talked about paying a price. It was funny. I do stuff, it's like having a pack of dogs. And I throw something out. I'll throw that rock in the pack of dogs. And the one you hit, he yelps, yep, 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 yep. So when I said put this out, paying the price, understanding what it means to pay a price, that you got to give something to get something. You're not going to go half speed and think you're getting something special. And if you really want something special, you got to pay the price. You got to do it. You got to sacrifice. And whatever you're sacrificing, sacrifice more. So after I did it and we went through it and I talked about those rules or the laws of paying the price, I said, how many of you think I did this because of you specifically? 5 of them raised their hand. And it's weird, you know, that just trying to drag them along, but at some point, you know, it's got to be them and it's got to be an empowered team. Somebody asked me the other day about this team is executing better than last year's team. I mean, we're executing better. I just watched the tape of our game last year with Mississippi. We turned it over all over the place. We took bad shots, bad up, and then we'd still block a shot, get a steal, and run down the court. But that team didn't execute as well as this team. We just don't have as many pieces. What happens is, when a guy last year didn't play well, what did I do? He didn't play as much this game. We'll play this guy. And we'll play 2 seniors who started a year ago. This year, 2 guys play poorly. That's the it. But this team is trying. I like my team. I mean, 16-4. Is that our record? Dwayne was 16-4.
Cal, so if you play 40 minutes, can you be the best team in the country?
Well, we'd be one of those teams like in the NCAA tournament, they see us pop up, someone saying, oh my gosh, Kentucky's in our pod. You know, we've got enough. You know, again, you understand foul trouble and all the other stuff that goes along with it. But
John, I've
Last question.
heard guys like Coach Hall talk about the fact that young players at this stage of the calendar have played more games and practiced more than they ever have in their life, and you got that short bench. Is hitting a wall an issue?
I think we hit the wall last week. I think we're like bounced through it. You know, I think I thought you were going to say Coach Hall says they're now sophomores. Quit saying they're freshmen. I said that's because he's not coaching anymore. That's why he's saying that.
He used to say that. I remember.
Yeah.
But you know, somebody said something about, you know, Brandon and Duran or these guys. I mean, they're fine. They're fine. I mean, our practices are not long. Last week I made 2 practices. Tuesday and Wednesday were long practices for us. We went 2 hours and 20 minutes, and we don't do that. But I was coaching like we lost to South Carolina. So that's how I coached the practice. And so, but now, you know, we're into playing, and you know, every other, you know, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. That's where we are the rest of the way. So 10 games, I told them 10 games. You know how many practices we have left? 10. 10 practices before the game. What are you going to do before a game, Coach? You're not going to beat them up the day before a game. 10 of those, 10 games, 5 days off, and 10 practices. You can't go hard for 10 practices?
Did they smile?
They said he's got to be kidding. Something's wrong. They're looking at the calendar. Got to give him a day off a week. You got 10 games. You got 10 days before a game. Those practices, you got 10 days of like, okay, we got to get after it. So that's where we are in the season. That's why I'm saying at some point they're empowered. It's there. Where do you want to go? How good do you want to be? Do you want to be special? Go be special. But you're not doing it unless you do it together. This team playing together. If it's one guy that holds the ball and slows us down, or it's one guy that won't talk on defense and won't help his teammates, then we're not good enough. Then we're not good enough. They all do this together. We've got a chance of being okay. All right, thanks, guys.